What's causing the rats of Birmingham? Is it this? I'm going to show you that it's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with that whatsoever. I'll show you why there's rats around here. So you've probably seen us all over the news in the last week or so talking about the rats of Birmingham. Well, this time I can tell you the truth, because the truth of the matter is the news, they want sensationalism. They want me to say, yeah, there's rats the size of bears and all the rest of it. But now this is our YouTube channel, so we can say what we want and we can't be shut up or closed down. The rats of Birmingham are taking advantage of the rubbish problem, okay? But where did the rats come from? Where did they come from? I'm going to show you, right here. These are all rat chew marks, right? The rats have chewed through that, and that pipe there goes directly down there into the sewer where all the rats live. You've got rat droppings on this side. Look, they're all rat droppings. That's where rats have picked up a poo there, pulled it onto the side, and had their dinner basically out of whatever was in the poo that they fancied. And we're going to show you how to stop rats. If you've got rats running around your garden, they will have come from something similar to this. Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's a broken pipe. If you've got a rat hole that appears in your lawn or by your house, it's going to be the sewers. They haven't come from outside and gone in. They've gone from out down here and then they've come out. And if you think about it, if it's in the soil or coming up at the side of your slabs or something along those lines, well, if they were coming from outside above ground, there would be a big pile of soil there around the soil, around the hole. But it's not, is it? It's not there. There might be a little bit of it, because rats, they dig like a dog. They kick everything behind them. And if you've ever dug a bucket full of soil out of your lawn, you'll know that that bucket, well, that turns into 6 buckets when you dig it out, because it gets bigger as you break it all up. If you've got rats outside and rats in your house, and even the rats of Birmingham that are kind of taking advantage of Birmingham City Council's stupidity and stupid way of running the country, but hey, you voted for them. The Conservatives have been no better. I know who I'll be voting for next time. And I think you know who I'll be voting for too. Who do you think I'm voting for? Put it in the comments. Who are you going to vote for next time? Conservatives? Labour? I've lived my whole life in this country. Labour, Conservative, Labour, Conservative. Nothing gets better, and it just gets more and more corrupt. We've got to start voting for someone else. Tell me who you'll be voting for next time. But anyway, enough of my rant. Let's get the cameras in and see exactly how that works. Just to prove my point, okay, so now we've got the camera in that pipe that I said it would be. And let's have a look at a rat's eye view. So it comes up here out of the sewer, look. It's out of the sewer, always, and then it's going up here. I can see it really good from down here. Maybe have the angle there. See myself. And now, if I can get the camera to go a little bit higher. Can you see me yet? Right, and there's the hole. Okay, there are my fingers. That's that. That's how the rats are getting up above ground to come and eat the rubbish in the streets of Birmingham. But even when the rubbish is gone, they still occasionally will come above ground. So this is how you get to solve the problem. You can actually see all the scratch marks on it, look, as well, where they've been trying to crawl out of it. But that's not what is causing our customers problems. We'll show you where the rat problems are and where they've been hearing them. They moved into this house, probably their dream home, like so many other people that we go to all over the country. Straight away, they started hearing things in the walls, did the usual thing, oh, it's just in our mind and all the rest of it. But then it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And believe it or not, because Kamal, our client, he's been watching our videos, he's actually had someone out come and do a drain survey, and they missed that. We didn't even need to put the camera in there, you know. This is what we're up against. This is the problem, you know. So do they come with a money back guarantee? Do they come with any guarantee whatsoever? And that goes for your pest controllers, your drain surveyors, all the rest of it. We're the only people in the world, we think, who come with a money back lifetime guarantee at your property that will get rid of your rats properly. We've just been round to the neighbours, as usual. They haven't got any problems. Straight away we found a rat hole. Ricky will show you that in a second, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use some of our Pest Interceptors drain dye to see what this pipe is. There's a pipe just here. It's very, very bright today. See, that's the main channel. There's a pipe coming into the side here. Let's see what it is. because those rats that are burying under his house, they could literally be coming from that first problem that we found there, where they've been coming through that grate. Let's have a look. In fact, you look on there, Rick. I'll pull the drain die down. Well, this pipe here doesn't actually bloody go anywhere, Rick. They've just emptied a sink or something. They've just emptied this, look. Doesn't even get to that.
It's crazy, the buildings.
And here's the rat hole we found straight away. Look, straight underneath here. Allegedly no problem.
Oh, looky here.
Ah,
looky
well
here.
spotted, Ricky.
Looky here, look at that. The claw marks they got there. And what do we have? A big gaping hole in the cavity
Straight
wall.
into the cavity wall.
So there we go.
Yeah, and
So the rats are coming out of that sewer pipe, climbing up the pipe here and getting into the house.
Yeah.
Again, from the sewers originally.
Yeah, and I'm kind of a bit mystified where that water's going, because someone's done this as a repair. Look, this shoddy repair, but look at that.
Unless the pipe's underneath it.
Bloody hell.
Because I can hear the water going in the sewer, but I can't see it. Which is really
I'm scared to know what I'm going to find next here. Let's clear some of this out. So that water, every time whatever that is comes out of there, it's not even getting to the drain. Look, that all looks super ratty in there as well. I think I can see a broken pipe.
The fact that
That's a bit of pipe. Getting more and more ratty down here. Look, more bits of broken pipe.
Oh, is that a hole straight into the cavity wall again? Look, straight under the cavity.
And this is why, again, if you've got drainage experts coming out and they don't go next door, stop wasting your time, stop wasting your money. Ask them what they're going to do on the day, because unless you go the extra yard, just like Birmingham, you're going to have rats forever. Oh,
there you go. Straight under the cavity. Oh, isn't? Oh,
No,
there's
no.
another hole there.
It's just a load of
No, it's just
worms.
sewer.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's the hole in the wall. That would have probably been an old air brick or something. Oh no, there's a sewer pipe there. Look at all the trail marks on the top. No way.
Do you want me to shine a torch in? Or?
Look, so basically, look at all the smear marks. That's a sewer pipe. Look. So this house is too old to have had a lintel, so they've just bridged it across straight into the cavity wall, and I can feel a rat hole right above that pipe. Okay, let's have a look again.
I'll take that one out.
Look at that. Oh, see if I can get that in there. So I've literally dug underneath the house.
And there you go then. So this one is actually outside rats that have been feeding on the bins, and that's why people in Birmingham keep seeing rats going into the bins, because it's free food. But they are coming out of that grate around there. And what they've done is they found this. You can see all the scratch marks, as Ricky found, into that cavity wall. They've also been getting in through holes underneath what would have been the equivalent of a lintel. Now, this is a case where blocking the holes will work with the help of a flap that we're going to show you how we fit it in there in a minute, a Pest Interceptors rat flap. The reason being is when we don't know whether the rats are in there right now. They might have been going in there for so long that they're actually nesting in there. But remember, they have come from that broken grate, the grate that they've chewed through, because the plumber, the builder, didn't put a U-bend on it. Simple as that. Now, we're not sure whether how long this has been going on for this neighbour, because he had no idea he had rats. They never do. This time, what we're going to have to do, we're going to put some rodenticide. This is a place where rodenticide has to kind of be reused, because we've got nowhere that we can get the traps to them inside this house, because they're underneath the floors. It's not our client's house, so in this scenario we're going to use rodenticide. Here's the rodenticide that we use. You can get it off our store. Please use it only as it specifically says on the label. The label is the law. Please don't break the law. If you only use it if there's no other alternative, and that's the law.
So I think what's happened is that the rats have got out of that plastic grate, because there's no brakes on any pipe work on his property. They've got out of the plastic grate because they've chewed a hole through it. They've become outside rats. They've found all this. They've climbed up that pipe there. They've got it into the cavity wall there where we just showed you. And they've got underneath here. because the lintel isn't there.
Well, the other thing is as well, don't forget, the other thing is as well to not forget that we haven't found where that goes to.
I can hear it.
So it must be going in that pipe.
It might be further down.
But what's that pipe?
Isn't that smear marks all over that pipe? The plastic pipe? The yellow pipe. It looks like...
I don't know. I think it's just where it's been lying in all the fat and stuff, that in reality.
Well, that is pretty conclusive. We've got 2 holes right next to where rats are getting out of the sewer pipe, climbing up the outside and getting into the foundation.
I wonder if this pipe comes this way. It does look. Let's do some more investigating. Wow.
What we're going to do in here, we're going to fit a 4-inch rat flap in the outlet of here, because what we want to do is any rats that have got out of the sewer, that have come out of this hole, we want them to go back through, because the more that go through this grate and the more that go through that flap, the more it's going to bring down the outside rat population of this area. We've got all them rubbish bins over there. We know that's not great, so we want to try and get rid of as much as we can while we can. You can either fit it with one of these fitting poles, which you can get off our store, but in this scenario, because some of these manholes have this little lip on it, and it might make it a little bit hard, because if you line that up, it's too far away from there. If you want me to show you what I mean by that. So you've got an arrow on the top to show the direction of the flow of the water. I'm going to use these because I've somehow lost my channel lock pliers. So we want to get this as tight as possible. And the reason why you want that as tight as possible is because if you're going to use one of these poles, because sometimes you get these that are very deep, and you want this on very tight. I'm just doing this to kind of show you that in this manhole, this is not necessary, and it might not potentially work in this manhole, because this is what I was trying to explain. See there, you've got this gap, so this is going to stop you. I mean, you could just cut that out and it would probably work, but I'm going to show you how simple it is to get that in there. See, this is what I meant. See how it's hitting that now? I can't get it any further.
But if it's a deep one, you could actually use that though, Rick, to get it actually in there in the first place. And then that's why you'll do it up tight, isn't it? So you can unscrew it. I just pulled it out. Well,
because this manhole's a bit of a different one, I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Because it's not, like I say, this is not deep enough to warrant using.
Yeah, you can just reach in, can't you, on this one?
And these plastic manholes, I've got to admit, they are by far the easiest to get them in if they're shallow. If they're very deep, it's an absolute nightmare. Just going to push that in.
You got that kind of grab it in there. So you grab it, in it goes.
And it's usually a very perfect fit in here. That's in tight.
And just make sure that it's...
There we go, no gap underneath it. As you've seen, like my dad just said, how many more flaps do we need to show you? How many more different versions of these flaps that are just trying to get around the patents or whatever it may be? It's just a total waste of time. The spikes don't work, it's just pointless. Just get one that's going to work. So yeah, so I think we've got one more thing to check, haven't we? Just to make extra sure that we've got rid of this problem. We're going to go and check the neighbour's house, which is nearly touching the side that is hearing all the noises from. I'm pretty confident that this is where all the issues have come from. Sewer rat popped out, found that, climbed up the pipe, got in the house, and that once they're in the cavity wall, as you've heard on the other videos, it's all one massive giant house to them.
That even the outside rats have come from a sewer problem.
Yeah, like, this is literally like, it just proves it time and time again. The sewer rats have come out. I know there's people that are going to probably be in the comments saying, oh, the sewer rat's the same as this rat. I know that they're the same rat. We just use it as a terminology because it makes more sense to people that are listening to what we're saying. The rats are coming from here. Once they've come out of here and they go and live under that shed, we call that above ground rats. It's the same rat. It just means that once they've gone there and they've bred several times, those rats usually don't understand what's going on down there. They just live on rubbish, live off bird feeders. And once you kill all those rats, as long as there's not another sewer pipe creating a supply of rats, you will get rid of the problem. And if any of you guys watching this video have sorted your problem out from watching our videos, from getting some advice off us or whatever it may be, I'd really appreciate it to see those comments to show us that we are right in what we're saying. I know we're right, but you know, it's nice to see it sometimes.
Let's get next door.
Yeah, let's go next door and see if there's any problems to sort out next door.
This is a really good example of why you've got to be really observant, because this all started on this part of this massive extension, which just from looking at it, you know, it was done by not the best builders. But look, so this is a kind of typical rat hole. and you can see where they've been digging backwards and kicking it behind them. Okay, left to a long time. If that was going straight down from outside rats, not from sewer rats coming up, this will all build up as they're digging away and kicking it behind them. And I've noticed that our client's slabs are all dropped there. I'm going to go and pick them up, I think, Rick. Check the pipework wall next door. It's all fine. So let's just have a look at this, and I think our work might be done for once. Have a look then. Ooh, that might just be building material.
I think they've just not put enough hardcore underneath it. Yeah, there was a tunnel there before. Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere, does it? Just upstairs.
So that's the other side of that, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think that's anything to worry about.
Okay, but you've got to go to the nth degree and you've got to check everything out. And if you want a rat-free lifetime guarantee, just Google us, or there'll be a link on the end of this video, and enjoy this video where we went round the sights and sounds of Birmingham in a bin strike. Oh my God, check this video out here. Check this link out if you want a rat-free lifetime guarantee. And why not watch this video where we were on the TV, one of them.